Hey friends, hey, Kenesha B. McIntosh, your success strategist, certified life and business coach. And I am stuck in an airport. My flight has been delayed 4 times. Technical difficulties has not allowed me to get this Motivation Monday video out to you on Monday, but it is coming to you this week per usual, and I'm excited about what I'm continuing to talk about this month, the month of fear for May, right, and getting through different types of fears. And so this week it's all about fear of starting. And if you think about all the things that you're afraid of, fear of starting is probably like high on the list, as it should be, right? Our brains, our bodies are designed to protect us and to keep us safe. And so we fear doing the things that we've never done before because our brains are wired to not take that, right? Our brains are wired to protect our bodies, to protect our spirits. Like it's so intricate once you get down to the science of why we don't start things. But I am going to help you figure out and figure through starting things. Okay, let's break this down a little bit, right? There is a coach. Her name is Mel Robbins, and she speaks to the effect of in her book, The 5-Second Rule, she speaks to the effect of why we fear things, how we self-sabotage, and what we should do to overcome those things. And one of the things that I really appreciate and that I've learned from Mel is the 5-second rule. And it's basically the 5-second rule says that you have 5 seconds to go from idea to action before your brain talks you out of doing something that is foreign, that is uncomfortable, that is new, okay? So you have to learn to give yourself that small window to go from idea to actions. I break this down a little further. For me, it's starting with the small things, okay? Learning to apply those 5-second rules to making decisions about food as opposed to making decisions about money or traveling first, right? Starting to use that 5-second window when it comes to getting out of bed on time or to, taking a shower tonight or tomorrow. Like applying the 5-second rule to those little things has helped me to start and be able to do larger things in life. So read the 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. It's an amazing book, and it'll teach you so much about yourself and how cool the brain is in protecting us, but how we can actually overcome the fear of starting if we just do. I'm going to add to that by saying be consistent in doing fearful things, okay? The more you build up a tenacity, the more you build up the antibody, really, right, to being fearful, you'll be more fearless. But you have to continue to do things. Even if you do something that you've never done before and it's scary and you push through it and it doesn't work out the way you want to do it, still do things anyway. That leads me into my takeaway. One of my takeaways for this fear of starting is what I call my comfort zone rule. So I have a rule that says I look at my month, and if I haven't done any risky thing that month, I have to do something. I force myself to do one risky thing a month, at least. I'm pretty risky when it comes to a lot of other things, but every month, if you could force yourself to do something risky, like trying a new food or going a new place or doing something that you never thought that you would do it. Okay, because you will build up your own recipe to overcoming fear and not just eliminating it, but doing things even when you're afraid. It is absolutely a great feeling. And before you know it, you'll be able to look back on the year and say, I've done at least 12 things this year that I was afraid to do, but I did it anyway. That's the key right there, guys, being consistent. So if you have a fear of starting, you really should read Mel Robbins' book, The 5-Second Rule, and then you apply it consistently, small things first, and then move your way to greater, larger tasks. And you're going to implement the comfort zone rule, that you have to step outside of your comfort zone at least once a month, 12 times for the year at least. And you will grow up enough strength to be able to do it all the time with anything in life, and it feels so amazing. Okay, the next thing when it comes to fear and fear starting is you have to understand that minor moves make a major impact. I tell people this all the time. Okay, you don't have to go big at first. You should always shoot for the galaxies and catch the stars on the way up. But you know what, when it comes to doing things that you've never done before, it's okay to start small. I'll give you a perfect example. You're not a traveler. And a lot of us aren't. We're learning how to do these things, and that's totally fine. So stop trying to plan a trip to Amsterdam first, okay? Keep it small. How about we go to Connecticut? Huh? Yes, I think that's a great idea. How about we start small? Maybe start with the city over. Maybe go to another coast. Maybe go to a state where you don't know anyone. Start small and then work your way up to the bigger things. The same thing with, being risky and stepping out of your comfort zone. I'm not asking you to go skydiving today, but I'm asking you maybe to I don't know, go somewhere you've never gone in your town and sit by yourself, or go to a restaurant that you would never go to and try one of the most exotic things on the menu. Minor moves make a major impact. And when it comes to the fear of starting, if you start small, those consistent small steps will turn into larger steps, and those larger steps will turn into giant leaps. And that's the goal right there, is to get you leaping, okay? And with the fear of starting, I want to be very clear about this, because I don't think people realize this. And this is what was a major turnaround for me when it came to starting things, even though I was afraid. I always have a parachute. You always have a parachute. Excuse me, okay? Think about it. Everything that you've been through in life, and you can sit here in this day and talk about it, you had a parachute. You didn't die. That's the great part about the universe, is that we do risky things all the time. Getting in a car is risky. Driving is risky. Flying is risky, okay? All these things are risky, but you do it, and you live. And even when you do things that are super duper risky, or when you put it into situations that, could potentially cost you your life, you made it. You know why? Because you have a parachute. If you have to make a decision and the decision is not going to kill you, which if you're even deciding on it, it's probably not going to kill you. But if you have to make a decision and it's not going to kill you, jump. Okay? Because once you jump, you will fly. And sometimes you fall a bit, but you always soar to the sky. That is the major key right there. Be risky. Learn to jump, because you always have that parachute. You'll never fail the same way twice if you pay attention, but also you will fall and learn how to get up. You will learn something new about yourself. You will never leave a situation without a lesson. Whether it goes good or whether it goes not so good, you'll always come out better than you were before, okay? So those are the two things that comes to fear of starting that you need to remember. Is one, the 5-second rule and learning how to push yourself out of those things. And two, when it comes to jumping, just do it, okay? Do it because you have a parachute and you know you're going to fly. You know you're going to learn something. You know you're going to be better coming out of it. You have to remember that minor moves make a major impact. And I want you to get out of your comfort zone every single month. Get out of your comfort zone, at least 12 things for the year, and you will be fine. All right, friends, that's all that I have for you this week. It's the fear of starting. We're going to keep rocking with fear all month long, the month of May. And I want you to make sure you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Kenesha B. McIntosh. And if you have any questions, you can always email me, coaching@KeneshaMcIntosh.com, and I will be right there. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Peace.